Nebuchadnezzar, the mighty king of Babylon, whose empire stretched across continents, whose walls were taller than mountains, and whose wealth was beyond measure, once walked among men as if he himself were a god, commanding armies that spanned nations, summoning kings and rulers to bow at his feet, and constructing cities so magnificent that they seemed to touch the heavens. Yet in the zenith of his power, pride consumed him, and he looked upon all he had built and all the lives he ruled with arrogance, declaring himself supreme and forgetting entirely the hand of God that had placed him upon the throne, the one who governs the rise and fall of kings and whose wisdom surpasses all understanding. Then came the day of divine judgment, sudden and terrifying, when the splendor of his mind and the authority of his heart were stripped from him, and Nebuchadnezzar, once clothed in robes of kingship and adorned with jewels of unimaginable beauty, found himself cast into madness, wandering not palaces or courts, but the wilderness, where the sun scorched his skin by day and the winds pierced him by night. His mind, once sharp with strategy and cunning, became clouded, a tempest of confusion and fear. His reason consumed by the weight of his own arrogance, and in this state he began to live among the beasts, eating grass like oxen, drinking from the dew and streams, sleeping upon the cold earth beneath the endless sky, becoming indistinguishable from the animals that roam the fields around him. Birds circled overhead, the winds whispered across the tall grasses, and the world he once ruled in glory continued without him. Yet all the wealth, all the power, all the kings who had bowed to him were now meaningless, for he had been humbled utterly, his soul exposed to the raw reality of creation, the fragile nature of human pride laid bare before the divine. And yet within this unimaginable suffering, a slow transformation began. As days turned to nights and nights to days, Nebuchadnezzar's mind, battered and broken, began to regain clarity. And with the return of reason came a heart humbled, a spirit enlightened by the recognition of God's sovereignty, the realization that true greatness is not measured by crowns, armies, or gold, but by humility, obedience, and reverence for the Creator who holds the fate of all men in his hands. Eventually, he lifted his eyes to the heavens, seeing for the first time beyond the illusions of his former pride, understanding that mercy can follow even the deepest fall, and that a life once corrupted by arrogance can be restored through repentance and acknowledgement of God's supreme authority. And so, Nebuchadnezzar returned to his throne, not merely as a king who had regained his power over men, but as a living testament to divine judgment and redemption, a story whispered through history as both warning and inspiration, that no human achievement, no empire, no crown or sword can ever surpass the authority of the Creator. That pride, if unchecked, will inevitably lead to humiliation and suffering, and that even in the deepest exile, in the lowest humiliation, there is hope, there is the possibility of restoration, and there is the enduring truth that humility before God is the only path to lasting greatness, a lesson that echoes across generations and time, inspiring awe, fear, and reverence for the power that governs all things, seen and unseen.